why your art isn't selling online. That's what we're going to look at in this video. Welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name's Michelle, and on this channel you'll find lots of painting and drawing, watercolour and mixed media tips and techniques, as well as a little bit of business, online selling and social media for artists, so please do consider subscribing. Now, it can be really frustrating, can't it? You want to sell your work online, you see other people doing it successfully, but you've had a go, you've uploaded a few images and some prices, and absolutely crickets, nothing has sold and no inquiries. So in this video, I'm going to talk about two different types of selling online. One would be selling via a personal website, via your own website, and the other would be selling via an online platform such as Etsy, a platform that's designed for selling arts and crafts. Now, I use Etsy at the moment, but I've used other platforms too. It does not matter which site you're using to sell your arts and crafts. I don't recommend using eBay, but beyond that, if you're using somewhere that's specifically designed for selling arts and crafts, everything I tell you in this video is going to apply to all of those sites too. So although I might be talking about Etsy just because that's the one I use currently, doesn't make any difference. So let's go on and talk about 10 reasons why you might not be effectively selling your artwork online. So the first reason your work may not be selling online is that you have unrealistic expectations of how these selling sites work. Now, at the end of the day, they're pretty much just functionality. They give you a really good platform to show your work and to sell your work, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will sell your work. It's more or less up to you to get your work sold. Now, of course, with big sites like Etsy, they do bring in some traffic, and that's the advantage of them. But that doesn't mean that that traffic will necessarily find your stuff, especially not if you're a new, small seller. So don't be thinking that all it takes is just to upload a few photos and prices and well, hey, away you go, sales will come in, because that's not how it works. And at the end of the day, all of these selling sites, they're just giving you the ability to sell. They're not necessarily bringing you sales. So the second reason you may not be getting online sales is that you're only using your own personal website. Now, I'm a big believer in personal websites. They're very important. You shouldn't be relying just on third-party sites. However, if you are trying to sell only through your own website, you're going to find it really, really tough. The majority of sales online go to the big guys. They go to the Etsy, the Amazon, the eBay. They go through those very, very large sites for lots of reasons. One being traffic, but the other being that people just trust them a little bit more. So I'm not saying it's impossible to build sales from your own website, but you better have some money behind you, and you better have some experience in search engine optimization, perhaps somebody working on your behalf on PR. You better know a lot about advertising and driving traffic, because if you don't know those things and if you don't have that budget, you're far better off to use a secondary site, so to use an Etsy type site. Now, what you can do is you can do both. So you can list items on your website, and then you can also list them on a shop site, or even several shop sites to get more of that traffic. What I like to do actually is link them on my site through to my shop. So in other words, if you click on an image on my site, it will take you straight through to the page where I'm selling it on Etsy. So several ways of doing it. But if you're only using a personal website, perhaps one you've built yourself on a very low budget, your chance of getting sales is minuscule. And the third reason you may not be effectively selling your artwork online is that you are not bringing in any traffic. Now, even with big sites like Etsy, where they have a customer base and people do go to those sites looking for things, it's really a big help. And particularly at the beginning, you're going to need to bring in some of your own sales. Now, there are multiple ways of bringing in sales and bringing in traffic. Everything from social media posting to advertising to things like Pinterest and blog posts. All of those can bring in traffic. This video, it would be 3 hours long if I did it, if I went into all of those ways of bringing in traffic. But just be aware that that is something that you need to do, particularly in the beginning, and it helps with the algorithm. Now, an algorithm is a computer program, and all of these large sites, they're far too big to run just on people looking at data. They run with an algorithm. What that means is that when the algorithm sees that you start to bring in a few of your own sales, then it will start bringing you more sales too, because it understands that this is something that, this site, your little shop, is working on that platform, and that people like your products. So if you start off bringing a little bit of traffic yourself, then you're going to find that some traffic also starts coming from the platform itself. However, if you're only selling on your own personal website, you're going to have to bring all of the traffic yourself. And even if you're using a shop site, even after you start getting those initial sales, you're always going to have to be working at bringing in traffic. Nothing in life is easy. If you had a real life shop that was going to stock some of your items and you put a few things in there, you stuck a price on, didn't bother telling anybody they were there, nobody advertised it, you can imagine you wouldn't get any sales. It's absolutely no different online. You have to work at selling your items. They will not sell themselves. Now, reason number 4 why you may not be selling on your online shops is that you're not feeding the algorithm. You're not uploading often enough. Now, I've got a video about optimizing your own personal website for search. In other words, so that Google starts to find you. I'll link to that one up above in the information card. If you click on that, you won't go off of this video, but it'll line it up so that you can watch it later on. Now, I mentioned lots of ways of making your website more attractive to Google in that video. However, there's one that's bigger than all the others, and that is regular updates. So whether it's your own website that you're trying to optimize for Google to find, for customers that are searching for products in Google, or whether it's a shop site like Etsy and you're trying to get the algorithm to recommend your products to people that are coming and searching on the site, one of the best things you can do is to upload more regularly, to put more items on, to list more regularly. So what happens then is that Google or the algorithm on the shop site understands that this is a site that's been regularly updated, that this is something that's ticking over nicely. It's not just something that was made 2 years ago and left. Because above all, what these algorithms and what the search engines, they fear the most is that they will be sending someone to somewhere that's just out of date. Maybe they don't even, maybe somebody buys something, was listed 2 years ago, and you've got a different email address, they don't even get the sales email. So to have a regular updates and regular listings will give the algorithm confidence that your site is constantly maintained, that people are not going to go and land on your shop page and that it's all going to be out of date, and that you are constantly having this this ticking over and this upgrading of your shop. Now, the algorithm likes that above all things, and Google likes that above all things. It's probably the #1 thing that you can do to optimize for people finding your stuff, is to regularly update and regularly list new products. So reason number 5, and it moves straight on from reason number 4, is that you just haven't got enough products online. If you've uploaded 5 or 10 paintings or prints or cards or whatever it is you're trying to sell, or craft items, if you've uploaded 5 or 6, put little prices on them, really you don't stand much chance. You have to have a lot of items, and this is because there are so many items online, and on shop sites there are so many items. Now, and you think about somebody searching, and they're searching for something. People search for things that are very specific. I love earrings. I go onto Etsy and I say, well, I put in the search bar, I would like long red earrings, beaded earrings, glass earrings. I'd like them with copper fine. I'm very, very specific. We're all quite specific when we search online. Now, if you're selling crafts and you've only got 3 pairs of earrings and 2 are green and 1 is black, your item's never going to come up because you haven't got red earrings. So the more items you have online, the more chance there is of that needle in the haystack being found, and the more chance there is of the specific small thing that people are looking for coming up on their on their search. So it's really, really important that you don't just upload a few items and give up. It takes consistent uploading, and put as much stuff as you can on your online shop. If you're going to do it, really commit to it. Reason number 6 you may not be getting online sales is you may not be offering to sell abroad. Now, a lot of people that watch my YouTube videos are American. However, it's not such a big deal if you're not selling abroad when you're American, because you've got a very large country, or a very big customer base. However, I'm talking to you European sellers, I'm talking to you UK sellers. Are you still not offering to sell abroad to other countries? You're missing so much, so much traffic. I sell most of my artwork to America. Apart from the fact the Americans seem to prefer my artwork, it's a much bigger market, and I meet so many people that are just terrified of sending their work abroad. Or, I don't know how to package it, I don't understand the customs. It's really, really simple. 30 minutes of looking online and looking at your local country's postal services can sort out how to do it. And once you've done it once, it's the easiest thing in the world. There's a little bit of extra stuff to do if you're sending abroad, but it's nothing at all. Package your stuff, really sturdily. I might even do a video on packaging prints and paintings. Let me know if you want that one as well. But package your stuff sturdily, pay the postage you're supposed to pay, and ship it off abroad. There's nothing to be frightened of, and if you're not doing this, you're missing a huge market. Reason number 7 you're not getting online sales is that whatever you do online, you have to learn the platform that you're on. You have to understand all the ins and outs, how it works and how best to approach it. And luckily for you, in this day and age, we've got so many people, we've got so many bloggers and so many YouTubers that will teach you anything. They'll teach you how to do search engine optimization for your website. They'll teach you how to sell on Etsy. Now, I'm not bad at selling on Etsy, but there are people on YouTube that are way better than me. There's loads of them. You can find a person that will teach you for free how to sell on any of these sites, and you can also find information, and even from the sites themselves, you know, all of these sites such as Etsy, they have downloadable guides that tell you exactly what to do. If you're guilty of just, you know, creating an account and figuring out roughly how it works, or, you know, how do I upload a photo? Well, how do I add a price? There we are, I'm done. You're not going to have much success. Now, I have got on this YouTube channel, I'm just short of 3,000 subscribers at the time of making this video. Hopefully, if you watch it a few months down the line, I'll have many more. And the reason that I have managed to get any subscribers when so many people come onto YouTube and fail to get any subscribers is before I even started, I watched probably between 60 and 100 hours of YouTube strategy videos. I learned what worked and what doesn't work. I learned everything that I could possibly learn, and I'm still learning now. Almost every evening while I'm eating my dinner, I'll be looking at stuff. I'll be learning how to improve my Etsy selling. I'll be learning how to optimize my website, and I'll be learning how to better make YouTube videos. Whatever you're going to do online, you can't make no effort. As I said at the beginning, you know, the shop itself is just a platform for you to put your stuff on. It's not going to sell unless you fully understand how to sell and all the ins and outs of how that specific platform works. It's easy, it's free, so don't be lazy. Go out there and find out how to sell on the platform that you've got your artwork on. So reason number 8 that you may not be selling effectively online is you may not be using all of the functions of the selling site or even of your own personal website. You need to do all of the things. Now, it's possible to create an Etsy account. It's possible to load a few things on, put a few prices on them and leave it at that. But there's so much more you can do. There's an about page to fill in. You may be able to upload personal photographs and tell people about how you make your items. You probably can upload a lovely thumbnail picture that comes up when people are searching for your items and looking at your shop, and you can upload a shop banner. Within the listings themselves, there are lots of things that you can do, lots of categories that you can tick, lots of photographs you can upload. Now, until recently, I think about 6 months ago at the time of making this video, Etsy for each listing had 6 photographs. Well, they upgraded, yeah, they changed, all these platforms change all the time. Now they want 10 photographs. If you're uploading 3 photographs, you're missing a trick, because again, it's the algorithm. It's going to look at all the shops and it's going to see the listings that tick all of the boxes. So if you're not doing all of the things that are possible on the platform where you sell, then you are missing out. And you're not going to find that the algorithm likes you as much, and the customers are not going to like you as much. If somebody's got an item, you know, say a pair of earrings, we'll talk about earrings again, I love the earrings. Say that you're selling earrings and you've put 1 photograph up, well, someone else has put 10 photographs up. They've put some nice graphics about their shop, and they've put photographs of the earrings on a model. They've put photographs of the earrings on a nice satin cushion. They've done everything. Effort always pays off. Whatever it is that it's possible to do on the particular listing of the particular site you're using, make sure you do it. If the website itself is telling you that that's what they want you to do, if they've given you the function to upload 10 photographs, then upload 10 photographs. If they've given you, a certain amount of characters, of course you don't have to use them all, but if you're just using minimal descriptions, it's just not bothering very much, the more information and the more functionality you can give your customers when they're looking at your shop site, the better for you. Now, the good thing about shops like Etsy and sites like Etsy and Amazon, all of those, is they have a huge amount of functionality built in. They give you the ability to create a product listing or a shop listing that is, would cost you thousands, if not tens of thousands, if you built it into a personal website. So for goodness sake, take advantage, make the most of it, and whatever they give you the function to do, make sure you do it. So So reason number 9 you may not be gaining online sales is, are you in a constant fight against the shop site that you're on? Are you moaning about it all the time? Are you getting involved in drama and negativity, and every time there's an update complaining that this is not what you wanted, that it wasn't any good for your shop? Now you have to understand that these massive sites like Etsy, you know, I've seen people, they go into the forums, say, oh, well, you know, the sellers keep them going. If we leave, they've got no one, blah, blah. You know, they don't care if you leave. They've got enough people that are making good money in order to sustain their site. And really, if you hate the platform that much, then find a different one or don't sell online. Because just getting involved in negativity and drama, it's too much, you know, it takes too much energy up. And you have to understand that these big platforms, they are designed to please the customer, and they take their decisions based on data. For example, recently Etsy decided that they would like people to offer free shipping to US countries. They would like people to offer free shipping to the US when people spent over $35. There was a massive explosion on social media. There were all sorts of people on YouTube slagging off Etsy, complaining about the platform, complaining about everything and saying how terrible this was. But why did they bring that in? Why did they choose to try and make sellers give free postage? There's only one reason. The data was probably, and they knew it was going to cause trouble, but the data must have been massively, massively overwhelming, that people wanted free postage and that they would get so many more sales if they offered free postage. Now, while all of this drama was going on and everybody was complaining, what did I do? I switched on free postage. I just adjusted my prices so I wouldn't be out of pocket, and I offered free postage to the US. In fact, I'm working on bringing free postage to all of my site, because I've discovered that it's just an easier way to do business. It's less complicated and people love it. So while everybody was getting involved in that drama and negativity, I was getting new sales from America because they were really pleased to get sales without paying postage. So don't fight the platform you're in on. It's really, really a waste of your energy. And, you know, there's only two decisions to think about when you're using someone else's platform, and it is someone else's platform. Don't be emotionally involved with it. They're not there for you. They're there to make sales and to make a profit for themselves and also for the sellers. But, you know, that's what they're there for. So, you know, two decisions. Do you use the platform to the best of your ability and put up with the updates and just adjust and, you know, change your offering as you go along? Or do you leave and find a different platform or not sell online? You know, don't get involved in drama and negativity. It's a waste of time. Reason number 10 that you may not be getting sales online is a lack of reviews. I can't emphasize this enough. Reviews are so important. Think about the last time you went on Amazon. You know, half the time we go on Amazon, don't we, just to read the reviews. And we're pretty good at spotting fake reviews. We always know when somebody has been authentic and actually is talking about the product that they have purchased. So whether it's your own website, you can ask customers and friends for reviews. Whether you're looking at optimizing Google search, you can make a profile under Google My Business and you can get Google reviews. Or whether you've got a shop site like Etsy and you're trying to get Etsy reviews, reach out to your customers. Do everything you can to gain reviews, because they really, really do help with sales. And not only do they give the customers the confidence to purchase from you, but also they feed the algorithm a little bit. So if you've got an online shop and you start getting reviews on that site, then the website itself, the algorithm is going to know that you're a good seller and they're going to send more customers in your direction. So do let me know in the comments if you have any questions about selling online, or if you have any experiences of selling your own products online. It really is perfectly possible and it's very rewarding to do. I apologise if this video has got a little bit dark in here. It's winter, it's just before Christmas. I have my Christmas nails here, and I had a filling done this morning in my teeth, and my face wasn't working until at least lunchtime, so I had to wait, and now it's rather dark. But I hope you found the information in this video useful. Do leave me a comment. Please do like, share and subscribe, because it helps my little channel to grow. And you can watch another one of my videos right now.